These here knives is my family's knives from a long time ago. This one here is an old K-bar. I don't know what year it is, but it was my Uncle Bob's. He was a professional hobo. He died back in the early 90s, I believe. And that's a rosewood handle. It used to be mother of pearl, and my daddy put rosewood on it. It's probably back from the 30s. I don't know the exact age. But that's a good old, what you call them, shoulder hunting knife. This one here was given to my daddy in 1965. Made by his daddy with some bone handle, antler. You can tell it's homemade. Made in 1965. My daddy was hunting up in Colorado a lot. He'd drive up from Texas. And that knife is made out of an A model or a Model T leaf spring. And it's been a good knife. I'll skin a few deer with it. And this one here was another knife my pappy made. I don't know what year or what, but he made that knife. He had a mold and melted down some aluminum. And this here blade is what I was told was a saw blade from Lone Star Steel. And my pappy did that and give it to somebody. And them's good knives. And here's another old timer, probably from the 70s. There's some dang green stuff on it from being in the Scalbert. It's just an old Charade Walden. That's from the 70s, back before they started, you know, making them overseas. But them's there. I need to clean that blade. It used to be more clean. That's copper here. That's copper or brass. But this one here is old timey. It's homemade. Back in the 30s and 40s, if you wanted a knife, you made it yourself. This is out of an A model leaf spring. A damn good knife. And then I was hunting me for a good hunting knife because everything's made in China nowadays. And I went to Case. This is a good knife, believe it or not. But this one here is from the either late 70s or early 80s. It's called a Folding Hunter. I just got this off eBay for $90. It's good steel. I put the whip rock to it, and it cuts. That's a good knife there too. This was your style back in the day. You know, folks had pocket knives that they hunted deer and skin out with, or a fixed blade. That old K-bar. I wish I knew what year, but Daddy says probably from the 30s. It's Olean, New York. And like I said, he put that rose handle on there. And just the way it looks. I skinned some stuff with it. Then I got into looking for me a knife, and I found this man out of New Zealand. It's called Ford. That's that Bowie knife, and it's made out of good steel, boy. It'll cut. It's so sharp it shadow cut you. Everybody's got them. You can get them on Amazon, eBay, whatever. It's good wood. That ain't walnut. Some type of wood they got over yonder. But man, that thing, I figured I'd buy that thing, go deer hunting with it. But that thing's it's heavy, and it's fun to have. You can chop limbs and everything like that, but you can't skin. I mean, you probably skin deer, but so I figured I'd buy me another one. So I got this here Ranger, and there it is right there. I like this knife, and both of them. The knife's the easiest to sharpen, and this one here is a lot lighter. But look how thick it is, man. That thing's thick, and that thing cut you too. And that's a good knife. It's a damn shame you gotta buy something out of United States to have a good knife anymore. But I like old knives, old style knives. That's what our forefathers used. So I called Mr. Baker and I talked with him and I said, I want me here a push dagger. So I had this here custom made. It took me 6 months to get it. It's made by Ford. I tell you what, can't nobody take that out of your hand without cutting them. Get them in the gut or anything like that. It's good self-defense. Well, I tell you, you don't want to jack with me if I got this in my hand. And need to clean it up a little bit. And that sumbitch is sharp too. Look at that. Full tang. That's what you call a push dagger on your Mississippi boats and stuff. Old timers used to use them. Gamblers. Politicians used them in the White House, they say. I was reading about it. They come nice little scabbard here. And if you play a lot of poker or going to places where you might need a knife, I tell you what, that sumbitch always stays loaded. You can hide it. Some bits get you on the ground and you're scared for your life, you can use it. It comes with a good thick scabbard. You get you one about 300 bucks. Takes about 6 months for him to make, and it fits right over my belt. I don't use it that much. I don't play poker. I don't run around no more. I'll tell you what, that's good to have. There's your old timer leather case there. I got some more if they put up. But anyway, I just want to show off my knives. These are some of my favorite ones. This one here is brand new. I just got this here the other day and I was surprised. I mean, I like it. I'm gonna use it. This one here, I killed a bobcat in 1996 Christmas Day off the side of the road with a Ruger 1022. And my daddy skinned that bobcat out and we had his hide tanned. And that's a good memory right there. My daddy used that knife. Got pictures of him using it. Like I said, this one here is made out of a Lone Star steel file, or a blade, I mean, to cut steel or something. My pappy made that for somebody, and then he made this one here for my daddy in 1965. You can tell it's homemade, but man, it's good quality. My daddy skinned out a bunch of deer with it, and I skinned out a deer with it, and it's a good knife for homemade. He was a real talented man. And then Uncle Bob was a professional hobo back in the 30s. This was his knife. And my daddy's grandmother gave it to him. It had a pearl handle, but it was busted. And my dad said, well, hell, I'll put some rosewood on it. So that's what he did. I like it. It's old K-bar. I don't know the age or anything. They ain't got no marks on it except for K-bar, Olean, New York. And but if y'all want you a knife, they ain't, you know, it looks like our forefathers had. That's wood, even though it's wood. But look at that thing. That thing, it's so sharp a shadow will cut you. There's a lot of videos of these Fords. I recommend these Fords. If you're going deer hunting, I don't recommend this, and that's something that's heavy. But this one here, it could be good sticking the deer if you cripple it, or if you're in a survival situation or anything. Around the camp, this cut anything. I've tried it out on potatoes, onions. It'll cut food. I'm gonna try it this fall when I kill a deer or a hog. I'm telling you, it'll skin out. It don't weigh that much. But since I got this sucker bill, I like this thing. This is real nice, and I put the edge to it. And man, I'm telling you, that old school steel, I don't like new stuff. They don't make them like they used to. And so far, this here knife, I like it. And it come in a good little scabbard. It's light. So I might carry this around for a while, use it at work, cutting boxes and stuff up. And I'm trying to skin something out with it this fall. But anyway, I figured I'd show you my knife collection. I've got a bunch more. I'm filming from my cell phone here. But anyway, y'all, look here. Vintage old knives, family heirlooms. Along with my Fords.